Hey, I'm DT. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the things I did before my lock date or lock appointment, whichever you want to call it. I only did 3 simple things. I figured out what type of parting I wanted, what style. I figured out what size locks I wanted, and also what method would be best suited for me. For parting, there are so many different options. There's square, triangle, diamond parting, scale parting, free parting, and I decided to go with square parting. And now my locks are still considered square parting, even though I no longer use combs, so I consider them free parting when I do my retwist. And I was lucky to have the foundation of square parting because now they're not perfect, but it's still doable for me at least. The next thing I wanted to figure out was what size locks I wanted. I had a lot of options. As you know, there are micro locks, small locks, medium size locks, thick locks, and wigs. I really wanted medium to thick locks. I did not expect my locks to be as thick as they currently are, only because my Strand Twists weren't that thick to begin with, but I'm happy with the size they came out. I like the thickness a lot. I actually wouldn't mind if my locks were a little bit thicker, to be honest. What method did I want to start my locks with? If I want to start with twists, I knew that twists took a little bit longer to lock, but they had a really organic look to them while locking, which I liked. I was also used to my locks being in 2-strand twists all the time. With coils, I knew they locked a little bit faster, and I thought it was really cool that you could see the budding as it's happening way easier. In my opinion, would push me to keep going because you can see every step of the way, which I really love. Then there's crochet. I like the fact that they're instant, but they did not have the organic look I was going for, and you also have to go through the whole budding process as well, so I don't know, it just was not for me personally. And interlocking, I was advised to wait 6 to 8 weeks in between reties. I love the fact that I could wait in between reties without worrying about loose hairs and loose strands or unraveling or anything of the sort. I really like the way freeforms look as well as semi-free forms. I'm actually still thinking about semi-free forming only because I like the way they look a lot, and also I won't have to retwist as often. I like the fact that the option is still there if I do want to freeform, because I know you start with a traditional base or not, and then prolong your retwist time. So I still have the option if I want to, and I was actually thinking about it. I still am. The only thing I'm worried about is my locks thinning because of freeforming, because in between my retwists I do get a lot of loose strands. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was contemplating what method I want to start my locks with, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about the pros and cons of semi-free forming, and what I took away from those videos was that it worked for some and for others it didn't. For some people, their hair got thicker, it flourished, and then for other people, they had loose strands that need to be worked back into the lock, and because it wasn't, their lock was thinning and eventually coming off, breaking off. And I have that fear that my locks are going to thin and break off, and I know I have to get over it and just like try out semi-free forming if that's really what I want to do, and just see if it works or not, because I can always go back to my regular retwist schedule if I decide to. But I decided to go with 2-strand twists because I was used to 2-strand twists. I did 2-strand twists a lot before I locked my hair while I was a loose natural. I would wear them for about 2 weeks, and they first out after about a week. So I had an idea of what I look like with starter locks. So it was just easier to choose that method for me. That's pretty much all I did before my lock date or appointment, whichever you prefer. It just made it simpler for me to have an idea of how my locks were going to turn out with the sizing and parting and method. I am happy with how my locks turned out. I did want thick locks and I also wanted square parting. And now that I'm free parting, my parts are still considered square or rectangle, but they're not perfect by any means. And I actually love that about my locks now because I no longer feel the need to put going through my hair. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe only if you want to. But yeah.